This book rocked my world, and I'm going to tell you why you should read it, or I'm just going to tell you like the most important parts because you're not going to read it. It's written by Ellie Mystal, who you may have seen on MSNBC. He also went to law school, but my understanding is he's not a practicing lawyer, but that should not dissuade you from reading this book. It says, a black guy's guide. Well, white people, it could also be read, and you could benefit by reading it too. Very generally, he illustrates why the Constitution is bullshit and using the Constitution as an excuse for justifying racism or homophobia or sexism is status quo to the Constitution. And he uses things that are in our Constitution right now and also history to illustrate this point. The right and conservatives will always use the Constitution and our forefathers as some sort of excuse, like they were demigods and that they knew everything. And he always brings it back to the fact that these people were slave owners, most of them, and that they were from an ancient time. Why are we listening to people who didn't have science largely, had no technology, had no mass transportation, had really missing fundamental things? I really appreciate that the book uses specificity and uses examples from the Constitution and from our history and from various legal cases to illustrate in a really simple, easily digestible way. And one of the things that rocked my world is confessions. We've all seen Law and Order, white or black people, that the police got them to basically say that they did the crime. He supports this with the Fifth Amendment, which is, no person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against themselves. All of those people who love to use the current Supreme Court or the current administration as some sort of, authority on all things right and wrong, ruled that segregation should exist. How was this legal? Well, now I'm reading from the book. The court here interprets the Reconstruction Amendments to protect only political rights, not civil rights. That's how they were able to push this law through. What's that saying about history is written by the winners? Yeah, that. So keep that in mind when we're dealing with situations where we're like, but that's not what the law is, or that's not what the government says is right or wrong. So